Now Angela has a floater. We call that a floater. We have made these floaters to go on the end of the leads, end of each dog lead. This is to make sure if the lead comes off during swimming, the lead will float, because we've lost many leads over the years, which costs us money. So each dog must have a floater on the end of its lead. So that's where they are. There's the floaters, and Angela's going to pop them on just with a little clip. So as you can see now, the girls are getting out the dogs. We're going to take a group of 7 or 8, and at the moment they're tying them by their collars to the chains, just for safety. So we're in the public arena now, safety is everything, so we're going to tie them by their collars. But first of all, you're going to make sure that collar is not going to come off. So that's a nice tight collar there. There's a nice firm collar that's not going to come off. So won't come off. That's good. Now we're going to move on to the life vests. Most of the dogs wear life vests unless they're really confident. So to do a life vest, always take just the normal lead and put onto their collar. Because once the life vest goes on, you won't be able to get that lead from under there, it'll be stuck. So we're putting their lead up here and then putting the life vest over the top of everything. And we clip there around the neck, and it's nice and tight. Then we stand Chester up, and then we go underneath his tummy and we clip, and that again is nice and tight. If it was too loose, we'd have to tighten that up a bit. Otherwise it'll be falling off him, but that's a good firm fit there, nice. And then he's ready to go. You can at the last second just put their lead onto their harness here. And that's a little bit easier then for you to lead them out. You just find the clip back there. There we go, Chester. And just a mention of any dogs that are down the side of the van, that's the side of the van there. Any dog that sits here at the side of the van must be tied in by their collar. Must be tied in by their collar, because we're in a public place and that is the safest option to go with, is the collar. Only because lots of dogs can get out of these harnesses. So we want dogs at the side of the van tied by their collar. These dogs that are in the crate, of course, they don't need to be tied in at all, and the dogs behind this crate, they're just free range as well. They don't really need to be tied in unless instructed. So we're close by the roads and parking lots, so it's absolutely imperative. The golden rule is any dogs tied at the side of this van must be tied in by their collar, not by their harness. And if they're up the front, then they should be okay to be tied in just by their harness, is fine. Charlie's going to take the lead off the halter and pop it on her back, just because this does help the dogs swim a bit better and not get tangled up. Okay. And then we can slide the halter off their nose as well. Okay, so just to reiterate, Charlie is going to take the lead off the halter so he can swim better, and she's going to put the lead on the life vest, and then she just slipped the halter off the nose so he can retrieve a ball. So what happens is we end up swimming with the leads on their harnesses or on their life vests. We're yet to do Mickey. Mickey needs his halter off, and he needs the lead attached to his life vest, just so he is not getting tangled up. So there we go. That's how we like to swim them out here. Alright, so we've just come from swimming these dogs, and we're going to go, and first of all we're going to take off the equipment. So we're going to take off the floaters off the end of the leads. So the girls are dumping all the floaters in the bucket, and then we're going to take off the life vests and just pop those in the bag. So all equipment is to be taken off first at this point. The floaters that go on the leads get taken off, and then the life vests get taken off as well. And then we're going to head over to the drying stations, and you can tie the dogs up if you want to be hands-free. Tie the dogs up and then give them a towel dry. So Jess is just demonstrating here, tying the dogs up at the tying stations. And we're going to give them a good dry. especially during winter they need a good dry.
Good boy.
Undercarriage.